This is a weekly reading for Pisces. So first of all, a good shuffle. Please don't forget to like this reading. It really helps to get it out there, and then I can do more and more of these types of readings for you. If you feel you relate to the reading, then please do comment or share. And there's also links if you'd like to buy a personal reading or if you want to buy me a coffee. So let's just have a look at your energies and see what's going on at the moment. And looking forward as well. It's interesting. Strong sense of a lot of frustrations here with you. You know, I do see this double-edged sword, and it's very much this energy of being pulled one way and then the other. Okay, it's like you're trying to get somewhere, but you start your journey and then something happens. Something always pulls you back, okay? So it's very much like this energy, or you feel that is outside forces which are stopping you getting somewhere, okay? You may feel cursed or that someone is doing a lot of interfering here, okay? But what I do sense is it's within yourself to actually change the situation. It may not appear like that, but it is, okay? That's the way it is. That's the way it's always been like that, and it always will be like that, because the feeling here is that your heart is kind of pulling you back all the time and your mind is trying to let go, and this is causing you this inner conflict. You know, it's like being in that car, having your foot on the accelerator, hand on the handbrake, and of course you just go around in circles. But something is shown to come to light. You're going to gain some insight, okay, which makes you realize that it's time to move away from something or deal with something differently, okay? It's like you get the key, okay? There's been a door in front of you. You keep trying to go to it. You get to it, but you can't open it, okay? But I do sense you are going to find that key. And the feeling here, the key is that your heart and your mind are going to work together. Your heart comes to realize that it's time to move away or deal with things differently. So it works in sync with your mind. So go back to that car again, your foot gently on the accelerator, gently off the handbrake, and then you just go towards what you want. And in fact, as it reaches a point, you know, it's no longer a double-edged sword. It's like working together. And right at that point is this victory reef. Yeah, because you gain this laser sharp focus. You go towards what you want. Yeah, this pretty much sums up what's been going on. It's like you're an animal tethered to a rope. Okay, you've been going over the same old ground just day after day, week after week, or even month after month. But as I look down at the ground, there's no grass left. Okay, and you're forced into change. Okay, you put all your power and might into it, and then you just break free from this situation once and for all. There could well be some type of delays or cancellations around travel or around a house movement here. So looking back, I mean, there was a time when things were very good for you. Okay, there were happy times, you know, which you often think back to. Okay, there might well have been a recent celebration as well, some type of get together, or there might have been a birthday here. But things have clearly changed from how they used to be. There's no going back to that. Okay, even though you think about it quite a lot, things have changed. They can never ever be the same again, but they can be better, but they'll be different. I do get leakages here in many forms as well. I do sense someone is going to let something leak, or let something leak. It's like I get cat out of the bag. I get a whole can of worms which is going to be opened or has been opened, which gives you the clarity which is needed around this situation. And then in another way, I'm seeing like it's like a burst pipe or a leak in a washing machine, or spilt some liquid. It's a warning from the universe just to say to be more efficient. okay, more efficient about things, okay, especially when it comes to intention setting, because you're kind of not getting exactly what you want, okay, because the feeling here is that you put out your good wishes to the universe, okay, which is good. And then the next moment it's like, oh, this isn't going to happen, you know, or I don't believe this is going to happen. And of course the universe listens to that as well, you know, and because the universe is truth, it takes it in and you get exactly what you asked for then, which is usually a mishmash of stuff or not getting what you want at all, okay. So there is a strong feeling that you are going to be working on your intention setting here. You may well have been reading up on some books, but don't forget the intention setting is also your thoughts as well, like throughout the day. So do watch your thoughts when you can. Yeah, so the feeling here is that you have been wearing your heart on your sleeve, okay. It's like you put a lot of time, you put a lot of effort into a situation. So it could well be you've been taken for granted here, okay. But the feeling here is if you kind of sort of shifting, rolling with your mind more, but also being in touch with your feelings as well. So then there's no inner resentment, and then your heart and your mind work together in an essence or in a sense, okay. And then you just go towards what you want. So it is a shift. I also sense a lot more fairness here as well. So even though you put a lot of time and a lot of effort into a situation, it's going to come back in equal measure. You feel gutted actually with what's happened recently. It's been this complete turnaround, you know, where happiness has turned to sadness and laughter has turned to tears. You're feeling very emotional, you know, within yourself. You're feeling very unsettled, you know. It's like things aren't happening fast enough for you. You keep going back to square one. But as I said, I do feel there is this breakthrough coming up for you. In fact, I see a dam bursting, so in the sense of the water's been building up, it's been building up, and then it just becomes so powerful, it just breaks that dam. So it could well be that someone's been holding back their emotions here, and they build up, and then there's kind of like this breakthrough, then it, you know, it bursts things open. That's the energy which I get here. I mean, the advice here is to focus on an opening, not a closure, because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it's also a lot of common sense, because if you focus on the lack of something, then it does zap up your energy, it zaps up your confidence, it zaps up your motivation, okay, and you just end up doing nothing. So you just stay in the same place. But whereas if you focus on an opening or like abundance, then it lifts your spirits, it lifts your confidence, it lifts your motivation, and you just start going towards what you want much faster. Yeah, something is clearly coming to an end here. You know, it can't go on this way, okay. Again, I feel that something is going to come to light, okay. You're going to shine your light on a situation, you're going to gain more clarity, which then enables you to break free from this situation. It's not easy, you know, change is never easy. This transitional period is never easy, you know. It's like being on that plane and going from one place to a better place and experiencing turbulence, you know, along the way. And it is very much this energy of losing the world to gain it. So when you let go, you allow what's yours to come in. So in a sense, it's a win-win situation. That's very positive for the outcome, because look at the card. It shows you tied up, blindfolded, these swords in the ground which appear like the bars to a prison, but since the card is reversed, those swords can just drop out, okay. In fact, the rope is very loose, it can drop off, you can take the blindfold off, you know, there's a gap between two of the swords, but they're just going to drop out anyhow, okay. So things become very kind of easy for you, even though initially it's not, it's very difficult, or it seems very difficult, but I do sense you working through these issues, and then there's going to be this opening for you. So don't forget to like, to share, to comment. There's also links if you'd like to buy me a coffee or for a personal reading. Thank you.